Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, please kindly subscribe and hit the notification icon so you get notified whenever I post new videos. So on today's video, I will be making a corset top, and I just learned how to draft a corset pattern a few days ago, and today I will be testing the pattern out. So this is the corset top that I will be making today. I drew up this sketch so that I don't forget anything important like I always do, and I wrote out some notes on the side of everything that should be on this corset top. So for this top I will need boning. I bought 1 meter boning because I wanted to test it out first since it's my first time working with boning, and I will also need interfacing, which I need the cups for structure, and I will also be using my pattern which I drew out yesterday, and also this beautiful blue silk satin fabric which I will also use as lining. So here I have my mock-ups for this corset top that I'll be making today. This first one is for the first pattern that I made, and for this mock-up, one cup was sitting nicely and the other not so much. And one thing I don't like about this pattern is how the line on the cups was under the bust point and not on top of the bust point. So this is the second mock-up that I made, and I love how the cup looks with the line on top of the bust point and not under the bust point. So this is the pattern that I'll be using to make my corset top. These right here are my cup mock-ups. I used a foamy fabric to make these cups, and I was thinking of using this fabric to make my cups for this corset, but the fabric didn't look nice after being sewn, so I decided to just use my fabric to make cups and iron the interfacing on. This is the very first cup that I made. It looks horrible, I know, and it's the same pattern as the first corset mock-up that I showed you with the line under the bust point. This is the second cup I made. It turned out beautiful and I love it, but the only thing I don't like about this cup is the fact that it has a seam on the top part of the cup. So I ended up making a third one using the same method as this second one and joining the top part of the cup to make it one piece. And this is the third cup with the top piece joined to get rid of the seam line on top. Here I have my tape measure, my fabric scissors, and a pencil to mark out my seam allowances. And firstly, I will lay my fabric folded 4 times so that I can have all my outer pieces and my lining pieces cut out at once. So now I'm laying and pinning all my pieces on the fabric, starting with the bigger pieces and making sure I lay them facing the same direction. I will also label my cup pieces so I know which side is which. I am now marking a 1.5 cm seam allowance all around my pieces. I will cut out all my pieces carefully since I'm cutting 4 layers of fabric and I don't want to make any mistakes. Yeah, all my pieces cut out, I went ahead and ironed the interfacing on the cup pieces. This is the top of the cup pieces, and these are the center front. Both these two are the center front. These are the side front. There's two. Yeah, this interfacing, it's not sticky anymore. There's two of them, and there's two also here and here. And I also ironed the interfacing on the back pieces and also on the front pieces of my top. These are the pieces that I didn't iron the interfacing on, so I'm just gonna remove these patterns. I'm just going to remove these patterns, and I will go ahead and pin all of my pieces together. So this is my side front. This shape here, I got it because of the dart. I was replacing the dart and it gave me this shape right here. Hopefully that doesn't affect the fit of the top. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and pin all these pieces with the interfacing together, and then pin all these pieces without the interfacing together, and I will take them to the sewing machine, and I will show you after I am done joining all these pieces together. I am now sewing the cups, starting with the cups that I ironed the interfacing on, and I will make sure that I am sewing on the 1.5 centimeter line to avoid having bigger cups. So now I'm sewing the lining piece that I have ironed the interfacing on. After I sewed the top piece of the cup to the lower pieces of the cup, I realized that there was puckering on the fabric in the middle of the cup, and at this moment I thought it was because I did not stretch the fabric enough when I was sewing the cup. So I tried to do it on the other cup and the same thing happened, and that's when I realized that I had to do a top stitch to avoid the puckering in the middle of the cup. So this is where I'm at with the corset top. I didn't end up doing anything the last 2 days. I was busy and I feel like I was also unmotivated to do anything. Anyway, this is the outer piece of the corset top and this is the lining of the corset top. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, yeah, you can see it. But this fabric does not look good anymore. It doesn't look good. It's all wrinkled. You can see it's doing this. I think it's because of the interfacing. I think it's because of the interfacing and maybe the fact that this fabric does not tolerate heat. So so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to curve the cups, like from the center front to the top here of the cup, and also from the center front to the top of the cup, and I will cut off this excess out, and I will also do the same thing for the lining here at the cups. And also I think I made a mistake. Like, okay, let me show you. So this right here is center front, this here is center front, and also this is center front. If you can see, I wrote center front right there, but it's not sewn on center front because I had already sewn this on center front. It's also saying center front right here. So that is the mistake that I made, which means one of these was supposed to be here. One of these that I ironed the interfacing on was supposed to be here, and one of these was supposed to be here, because also these ones, they're both saying center front here and also center front here. And I tried it on the cups. They're not that bad, they're fine, and yeah, they're fine. So yeah, that's that. So now the thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get my bonings, and I will sew my bonings here on this outer fabric, not on the lining. I will sew them on the lines, on the seams. I will sew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bonings. And I will also make loops. I decided to make loops and not use a zipper because that zipper is too long. Where is the zipper? Okay, I don't know where I put this zipper. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so this is the zipper. As you can see, it is long, and yeah, the colors don't really match up. So if I just, the colors don't match up. They're close but not similar, so I'm not gonna use this zipper. I decided that I will make loops, because if I use the zipper I will have to cut it to the length of the corset like this. I will have to cut this long zipper to this length, and that will be a waste. So I'm not using a zipper anymore. I'm gonna make loops with this. I'll make loops with these pieces of fabric. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna sew the bonings and make loops, and probably attach the lining, to the to this front piece. Then I'll come back and show you everything once it's all done. Before I sew the boning to the top, I will curve the edges of the boning so that the edges don't prick a hole in the fabric, and then I will sew on top of the boning on both sides. If you're thinking of making a corset top, my advice to you will be to sew the boning first before you sew the cups. I was in a rush to see how the cups will look once they are sewn on that I completely forgot that I have to sew the boning first. So it has been weeks now since I worked on this top, and by the way, it is not a good thing to do because after this point I started making a lot of mistakes. But now I'm just pinning my lining to the outer piece with right sides facing, and I will start pinning from the cups and the seams and working all around the top. As I mentioned earlier on this video, I will no longer be using a zip as closure. I will be using loops instead. So I will sandwich these small pieces of fabric at the back and pin them in place on both sides of the top to create the loop closure. I will sew all around the areas I pinned, and I will leave a gap big enough so that I can turn my top nicely. I've been meaning to curve my cups since I started making this top. Until this point I haven't done that, so I will shape the inside of my cups as I sew. Now I'm turning my top inside out to see if I'm okay with how the top looks, and after that I notched and I trimmed the inside of the top and top stitched all around the top so that the top can sit nicely. And now I'm fitting my strap through the loops, and I will knot the ends of the straps, and I will be done with my top. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed making this top. I made a lot of mistakes, but I know I will do a lot better on the next corset top that I will make, because I will definitely be making more of this, whether it's on this channel or not. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you get notified whenever I post new videos. And please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below and just let me know if you think I did great or if you think I can do better. And I will see you on my next video.